Greetings, this is the first lesson for Basic Syriac. I'm going to be using a series called Hirget Qaryana by Awdmshiha Na'man Qarabas, who's the premier Syriac teacher and writer of the 20th century, at least one of the top ones. And he is from the West Syriac tradition, so he utilizes a lot of West Syriac script. But I don't really separate the two scripts. In my own head, I think that they're both essential knowledge. And as someone who comes from the Eastern tradition, in Medan Khaya, I tend to favor the Eastern, and so I'm going to lean on the Western because I think a lot of the people who will be learning from here would also be coming from that tradition. Also, I think that the Eastern script, which is more boxy, actually in the East we would call what's usually considered Eastern or Assyrian script just your standard script. And then we would call what's the Western script al-khatta, or the running script, cursive, basically. So the Western Syriac tradition favors sarta or khatta, cursive, and we tended to favor the more block letters. And block letters, I think, are easier to pick up visually for learners. I mean, that's my experience both with Assyrians and also non-Assyrian learners. So I'm going to favor on purpose the Rkhatta or Sarta or Ma'urboyo, Ma'arwaya script of the West. And really cool is that the best books are in it. I'll also have another video that goes through grammar, and in that one I'm going to use a lot of Eastern script. So because I'm going to be favoring Eastern script in general, I'm purposefully putting Western. I also feel that if someone's learning and they're from the Church of the East tradition, they're Assyrian at church, they can open up their transliterated liturgy guide that's got the Classical Syriac text, the Classical Syriac transliterated, the English translation, and use that with the priest and the choir and the deacons reading it for them anyway, use that to really develop their Eastern reading skills. So that's why I'm favoring Western here. And all your online dictionaries, most of your print dictionaries, you're going to be using Western script, Sarta, Rkhatta, Mu'arboyo. So let's dig in with Hirget Qaryana. And this is the first book, actually, it's kind of the pre-first book. It's called the Key, Qlida, Qlido. So let's just read the first page. Hirget Qaryana, Qlida. Sim, Awdmshiha Na'man Qarabas. Khatma Ri'aya. Thank you to Beth Mardutho that put this online. So we're going to be also able to have that in the description where you can click on it, open it up, and read it and print it at your own leisure. Hirget Qaryana, Qlida, Sim, Awdmshiha Na'man Qarabas. I'm not going to read the intro. Let's start. This is Alep. So Alep is the chair of vowels. It doesn't actually have a character of its own. It holds vowels, and you could think of it as kind of just a box rather than a letter. It's just something that are vowels which go above and below letters, right? Vowels are not actually printed letters for us. We print our consonants and then we mark vowels. They come centuries after we had our consonants before we started marking vowels. So it's traditional grammar would even call it the chair of vowels. So we have Alap, page 4, Beth. So Beth, and this is both Eastern and Western, this top part has to be parallel, cannot come down with the bottom line, Beth. And they're introducing the first vowel, which is actually an A, and it's the short ah sound. Ah. So it's ba, ba here. Ba, ba. B. Ba, ba. Beth. Ba. Ba, ba. Ba, ba. And you have meme, which is the M sound, m. So you have a meme alap here, a meme alap here. There's an meme at the end, and all it is that when you write the meme from the beginning, which in the Western style would go like this, and the end one, there's a tendency to take that top line and just slash it down. So there's your initial meme, there's your end meme. Meme Alep, meme Tacha. So here ba, here we have ma, 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 ma. Page 6. Dalet. The important thing with Dalet is that it has a dot at the bottom. And this is another one that really confuses Eastern readers who come to Western. So if that's your case, pay attention here. Dalet is you're going over to the line and you're going up and you're going down. And with the Westerns, they go up and they go down. Kind of like a dhul in Arabic. So you have the Dalet. The dot below tells you it's Dalet. So again, we had, remember, ba, ma. Now we have da, 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 da. Beth, Dalet, meme. Ba, ba, da, da, ma, ma. Ma, ma, da, da, ba, ba. Page 8. It's an Alep. There you have the Beth with the Ptacha, Ftaho, the Ptacha, ba, 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 ba. And now you have this, and if you were to rotate that about 180, or maybe a little more than that, or less, but you can kind of see where it looks like a lowercase a that's tilted out. So if you were to kind of put your head upside down or look at it sideways, it's a long A. So that little lowercase a is a long A, known as skapa. Ah. So this isn't ba, this is ba. This isn't da, which is with this here. This is da. It's with skapa, which means rising. Like skipa means Christ, skapa. That thing which is, it's the high A. So we did da, now we're doing da. This is da. So this is a, wa, a, ba, awa or aba, aba. Here we have da, 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 which is uncle. And in the Western, they would pronounce this letter as an O sound. And that causes some differences in some very specific areas that you don't have to really pay attention to, but I'm going to let you know them so that question doesn't arise. But we pronounce this as A, and the Western Ma'arboya tradition pronounces it as an O. So they would see this as not a ba, but a bo. Not a da, but a do. They wouldn't say awa, aba. They would say abo. Do, not da. So we say da. There's a old joke. Santa Claus, we know, is a Western Syriac because he doesn't say ha. He says ho, ho, ho. So, but I will stick with the Eastern pronunciation. But that was something to let you guys know about. So this is going to be a, ba, da, a, ba, da. Now we have the E-like letter, which is an E. Now there are two sounds of There's and And in the Western tradition, they condense them into just one sign. They have one sign representing both. So the Eastern tradition is a bit more precise about its vowels. The Western, not as much. Alep, meme, Alep. But all we can say is the names of the letters unless we have these vowels. So now we have a vowel on that Alep. And that Alep with that Zlama vowel is So this is ma. ma. That's the sound. I transliterate with an E. Ma. And that's that long A. So I would put an A with a bar over the A, telling you that it's long. It's not the ptaha of it's the So it's ma. Mother. Ma. So modern would be yimma. Classical, it's ma. You've got dalet. You've got the E. So it's de, ba. De, ba. De, ma, ba. Ma, de, ba. Now we have wow here, which is a circle, and just a perfect little circle. And it can be both a vowel, which would be a W, or it can be both a consonant, which would be a W, or it can be a vowel. And here they're using it as a vowel. And in the Western tradition, what are two vowels get condensed into one sound of oo. So their O has disappeared. It's actually gotten swallowed up with their A, which we just had here. But let's not overcomplicate it. If you think through it, you'll figure it out. But you've got that one in the Eastern would have a dot on top for an O, a dot at the bottom for an oo. But in the Western script, which you're learning here, all it is oo. But they do tell you if they're using it as a vowel, W, or if they're using it as a consonant, W, or if they're using it as a vowel. And if they're using it as a vowel, all their O's become U's. So they skip the O vowel. You got wow, and then you see that Beth, that right there, which is an old Greek the gamma, is used to symbolize that oo sound. It can be used on its own, but usually you'll have the wow there too. So this right here makes it sound boo, boo, like you're scaring someone. Boo. So boo. And we know if this wasn't here, there, I'll put my hand on it. If that wasn't there, it might have had a skapa on it. So it would be bow, or a ptacha, an A on it before the W. So it would be bow. But because that marker's there, we know that wow is actually the oo. It's not the consonant W. It's the oo. So you have boo, do. And you have boo, da. Ma, boo, ma. Boo, ma. Right here. Do, da. Do, da. Boo, ma. So again, you've got the wow, and then you've got that marker for oo. That's telling you that wow is being turned into an oo vowel. So you have boo, ma. Right? This by itself would be wow. You would transliterate it as a W, and it would need another vowel to make it function. This one is telling you that it's an oo sound because it's got that marker. So you get b, boo, da, boo, mu, do. So this is Yudh, and that's the third of the kind of chair letters. It chairs vowels, but it also is a consonant. So wow and Yudh, the two on this page, the wow and the Yudh, have a consonant. So there's the consonant W. So when we say water, it would be w and ah, right? You've got a consonant and a vowel. Or here, you've got the y, which is not a letter you can say by itself. It's a position in your mouth, as a Yudh, as a consonant. But it can also be used as a vowel in Syriac. So this is Yudh. And Yudh, as it's a Y. Beth, Yudh. And see that right there, which is actually a Greek ita, but if you look at it on the side, you can think of it like the letter I, like a capital I. So it's B. So this is not the Y. Yudh. This is Yudh becoming a vowel. There's no consonant there of Yudh. The only Yudh that exists right here, because it's being marked with that, is E, a vowel. It's B. Same thing here. Dalet, D. Because we have that, it's D. Me. So this would be bu, bi. Bu, mi. Bu, bi. Du, mi. So more Yudh. Then you have right there that vowel marker that's telling you it's not the Y, it's the E usage of that Yudh. And here we have Beth, E, mi, di. B, mi, di. Now you see they're putting a dot under the Yudh. That's another way, that's the Eastern way. So an Easterner would write it like that and go, that's me. And a Westerner would traditionally not put that there and instead use that Greek, that I up in the sky, and go me. And here they put both, which they're just scaffolding, young learners. Qlida. So this is Alep. So we can just skip that. It just aligns so that we can put that E on it. So this whole thing I would transliterate with an I, telling me that that is just a single vowel, E. It's an Alep, that little E marker, and then the Yudh, E. And then you've got Dalet, Skapa, Alep. Again, that Alep is not, it's just holding a place. So it's Qlida. Qlida. I would translate it I-D-A with a bar over the A. I-D-A with a bar over the A. Qlida. Qlida. Mommy. So mommy, right? Mommy. Bobby. Bobby. My father. Using the Turkish baba. So it's a colloquial Syriac. Mommy. Mommy.